Did you know that a Venetian explorer was the first to introduce Europe to the wonders of Asia? And no, it wasn't Christopher Columbus. That's right. Before Columbus set sail for the Americas, a Venetian explorer named Marco Polo had already traveled to Asia and back, and his journey was even more epic than Columbus's. Unlike Columbus, Marco Polo wasn't trying to find a shortcut to Asia. He actually made it all the way to China. That's right. Marco Polo traveled over 24,000 miles and visited places like India, Persia, and Mongolia. He even met with the great Khan of the Mongols, Kublai Khan. But how did Marco Polo manage to travel so far? Well, he wasn't alone. He traveled with his father and uncle, who were both Venetian merchants. The three of them set out on a trading ship, and after a year of traveling, they arrived in the bustling city of Constantinople. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might be wondering, how do you get from Venice to Constantinople without going through the rest of Europe? Well, let me tell you, there are actually two ways to get there. You can either go east through the mountains or take a boat through the Mediterranean. Guess which one our intrepid explorers took? That's right, the Mediterranean. After spending some time in Constantinople, Marco Polo and his crew set sail for Asia. They traveled to places like Cyprus, Egypt, and Iraq. And along the way, Marco Polo learned about the different cultures and customs of the people who lived there. He even learned to speak several languages, including Arabic. But eventually, Marco Polo's adventures took him to the court of the Great Khan, and let me tell you, it was nothing like what he had expected. The Khan's court was full of people from all over the world, and they all spoke different languages. But somehow they all managed to communicate with each other. And Marco Polo was amazed by the Khan's ability to unite people from different cultures. In fact, Marco Polo's experiences in Asia were so amazing that when he returned to Venice, he wrote a book about them. His book was called The Travels of Marco Polo, and it quickly became a bestseller in Europe. It introduced Europeans to the wonders of Asia, and it inspired many other explorers to set out on their own adventures. So next time you hear about Marco Polo, remember that this Venetian explorer didn't just travel to Asia, he changed the way Europeans saw the world. And all he needed was a good book and a sense of adventure. Just like Christopher Columbus, except Marco Polo actually made it to Asia.